So I didn't have my basses immediately available to me, so I just picked one up off the wall. So this isn't my bass. This is just a bass. So, it's a custom shop instrument, but it's not a far cry from something you could get factory. And this bass, without modifying the EQ at all, completely flat EQ, both pickups, it's really indicative of other Warwicks in the sense that it can pretty much do anything I need. It's never been easy for me to find an instrument that can do everything I want to do because I do so many different techniques. But this one and Warwicks in general are the closest I found. They do a great job. So let's take a couple parts from one of my solo songs and just look at what this instrument can do, starting out maybe with like a slap sound. And this is all without changing the EQ at all. So keep that in mind. Everything's flat, not modifying any settings anywhere, whether it be the amp or the bass. So here's a little slap example. Pretty cool. So next up, let's look at some higher register chording with the same exact settings that we just used for the slap. Nice, sounds good. Another thing let's look at like a finger style type tone hybrid technique, and we'll add in some harmonics just so we can hear how the finger style sounds, and we can chime some harmonics to get the full range of what these pickups can do. So. It's cool, so you can hear how there's good depth and good focused range for the fingerstyle. Meanwhile, if you hit a harmonic, you're right back to hearing all that high sound. So the pickups will hold true for anything you throw at them, which is very important for me. And another thing for me is as a bass player, we always struggle to cut through in the mix. I play a lot of like heavy music, metal, things like that, and that's probably the hardest genre to cut through. You've got fast drums, loud guitar, down-tuned guitar. Warwick seems to have a tone that just naturally cuts through. And it's not like you're fighting with your knobs and you're fighting with your amp settings to find those perfect settings that will help you, jump out in the mix. It's more just everything they do, from the wood choices to the preamp to the pickups, is all centered on that vision, a really solid fundamental bass tone. So what happens is as soon as you plug in a Warwick, you already feel like you have a head start getting those tones to cut through. So we'll do things where we show up at a festival at the last minute and have to immediately run on stage with no sound check, no time to dial in settings. So what I need is something where when I walk on stage, I know that no matter what, I'm already 85 to 90% where I need to be tone-wise to cut through and get a good, strong, fundamental bass tone. So that's invaluable to me, just having that and just knowing that I've got that security. It gives me a lot of peace of mind, and it's been really great and really helpful.